All right, friends, we are back in the Seller Hub today. I've trusted that you've gone through and watched all the videos here, right? So our next category, we've gone through inventory. We're going to go to shows. This is how you schedule a show and whatnot. Okay, I have over 100 shows because I'm doing a 365 project. A lot of shows. Okay, I'm going to show you. So there's a lot of shows scheduled and then there's a lot of ended shows. Okay, so first things first, you might have one show or 0 shows. The first thing you want to do is you want to click on create show. Okay, this is on web. You don't have to create it here. So I'm just going to call mine, I do a raid show. Okay, I'm going to just call it a raid. I'm going to pick a date, whatever date I feel comfortable with. So I'm going to pick 2030, right? Just for the hell of it. Because it's going to go, since I have so many shows, it's going to go to the bottom of my list of scheduled shows. And then I'm going to do at 10:23 p.m. That's when I do my show. Choose a category. So I'm usually in estate sales. You have to pick a category that you don't have to pick the category you were approved in unless that's what you sell. So if you sell, here, let's go over. You sell sports cards, you got approved for baseball cards, baseball breaks, or singles. Make sure you're approved. Then you can pick that category and hit done, and it will put you in that category. If that's not your category, pick the one that works for you. I originally was approved in singles, baseball cards. So I'm going to go back over here to the main, and I like to do estate sales. How about we make a vintage one? I do vintage decor too. So we'll go on antiques. We'll pick vintage decor. Okay. Now I have to choose a show format. So show format would be auction or buy it now. Surprise sets is mystery. That's a whole new thing. You're going to have to read the rules on that one. Go to help.whatnot.com and you can find all the rules. I don't do too many of the mystery ones. The rules have changed over the time to protect the Whatnot community and our buyers. So we definitely need to read the rules. Maybe we'll have a video at a later date on that. We're going to hit done. And the reason why is the rules change all the time. Okay, now I want to add tags to my live stream. How are people going to find me? So vintage would be like glass. I have some kitsch, and then I'm going to go in here and see all the tags. Usually I use a vintage. What do we have so far? It'll suggest some tags to you. Okay, glass, kitsch. I usually will use vintage instead. Vintage dolls, a vintage. And then I'll go back to my suggested. I'll just leave those 3, okay? You can pick whatever works for you. Like sometimes I have a chat show and I put educational or business related. Now, moderators. Moderator is somebody that can help you in your streams. Do you always need a mod? Not really. But sometimes you do. Sometimes it's super helpful, especially like when you're new. But you want to pick someone you trust. You want to pick someone that, when you assign a mod, like I can pick, I pick people that I've had that are loyal to me that I trust, usually 2 or 3. If I'm selling, I like to have 1 or 2 because sometimes people talk in red chat and my brain, it's very hard for focusing. It's just easier for me when I'm selling. But if I'm doing a chat, I have a couple of people that I do. So I'll just add for testing, C-Swan. You don't have to have a mod, but always be grateful for the mods because they volunteer and donate their time. And what the mod can do is the mod can actually send you a private message in the chat. It's like a secret chat so that only you could see it. Like, for example, if someone comes in, they request, hey, I want to see that blue sweater you had, number 25. I'm just going to throw that out there. And you miss it in the chat, the mod can send it and say, instead of red chatting it with whatever keyword, they can send a private chat and say, hey, run the blue sweater. You have a buyer interested in it. And then it helps keep them on track. So that's one thing. And then if somebody gets out of hand and they're ridiculous, the mod can, trust their judgment. Because if they know your style, like you like to give people a warning if they come in and troll you or they're rude, the mod can boot them out of the stream. They can only ban them for that stream. They can't ban them forever from your stream, but they can block them from going into or seeing them in the activity. Okay, we can add a thumbnail. So if you have a graphic design, you can use Canva. I'll make a video later on Canva to show you how to make a very quick and fast thumbnail, okay? Using the Whatnot spec. So you can upload that. It's optional. It's not required, but I will tell you that whatever your logo is up here, they will make that like your thumbnail. So you probably want to come up with something that's going to be inviting to your guests. Okay. You can also make a preview video. So say, for example, you're doing a show. We're in vintage for this show just for testing. And I have a bunch of vintage planters. I can lay them out, display them, and make a little video up to, I'd say 30 seconds is pretty good. Otherwise, it plays too long in there because when you pause your show or your show isn't on, it's going to play that over and over and over and over and over when people come in when you're not live. Okay. So just, hey, check out these planners. They're super cute. They're vintage, whatever. Make a little video. You upload it directly in the app when you schedule the show, or you can do it from your computer. Okay. We'll get into coupons later, and we'll get into, if you're new and you don't want pre-bids, disable them. That means nobody could bid on an item ahead of time, and it's fair for everybody in the auction. Or you can leave it off. It's completely up to you. Now, explicit content. If you say some curse words, you can turn it on. It's probably a good idea during the day. At night, I mean, I'm not a big cursor. I say what I need to say, and I am me 100%. But turn it on or turn it off. It's totally up to you. If you have explicit content, you need to look at the rules on whatnot. So, make sure you know what explicit content means. Anyways, I don't need that on and you can do mute words. You can pick words that you might not want in your stream, like bad words. It's totally up to you. And what that'll do is every time somebody puts that word in the chat, it'll red chat it. So the chat can't see it, but you can see it. And rule of thumb is don't read the red chat out loud. Because sometimes people just write a basic sentence and it gets red chatted. Okay. So then once that, we're going to go ahead and schedule our show. We've got everything we need to. Okay. Now I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom of my scheduled shows. Remember, this show was 2030 for testing purposes. Okay. I kind of have a show after 2030. Raid, here it is. Raid. March 4th, 2030. Okay. So you can open the show. Okay. So I'm not going to open it yet. You can share the show when you're live. That's another thing. Copy the show link. So if I have an Instagram and I want to share it on there, I can copy that link and go paste it into Instagram when I create like a reel. Okay. Now, view and clone items from past shows. So this is your first show. This is not going to work for you. But on your second show, you're going to hit that. And then it's going to bring you to a whole list of your items. You have to pick the show. Because I have 4,000 items available to me, I have nothing in the auction tab. I would have to go way, way back. And I think I can only go like 60 days back. I don't have anything in auction, so it doesn't apply to me. I'm going to close that, but I want to let you know where that is. Okay. So we have the raid thing. Okay. Copy link, view. Now we can, if I am nervous, I can make this private. I can send the link to a friend and invite them to my show. So only you and I watch the show and partake in it. When I'm ready to go live, even in this show, I have to go in and edit the show and change the time and the date and save the changes and I turn on. So like Sam, but it can only let you do that on desktop. You cannot do that on the app. So if you're live, you have to have a second device to get you into these controls here I'm showing you. Okay. So we don't want to, we're going to disable private stream because we don't want that anymore. Okay. We're going to open the show. There's two places you can go live. Okay. We're going to really test it out now. I can click start stream. This is my stream if I'm ready to go because now I have my show scheduled. I can start stream. Hello, here I am over here too. I can choose if I want to use, this is where I choose OBS, by the way. I can choose any one of my cameras that I have, a couple of them. I can choose my wireless microphone that I have on here, or I can choose this mic here that I have. And then I always want to turn on send raw. I'm multicasting over here to Facebook, to YouTube, and Twitch. Once I click live, my image here will appear on the center of the screen. I'm not going to go live right now, but this is how I go live when I use OBS. And technically I use OBS virtual camera, and then see how it's zoomed in right there? On OBS, because I'm recording this video, it shows me to turn on start virtual camera. Okay, so those are the two ways go. And then I select this camera from OBS. Kind of complicated, right? Anyways, Now it's got me all zoomed in like that. See that? Woo. Anyways, that's how I go live on desktop. So we're going to get out of that window. Yeah, it totally zoomed in. Isn't that crazy? It changes the distance. It changes it. Okay, let's just say we are finished with our show. Okay, we already looked at how to clone it. Our show goes under ended shows. So this is where I'm going to do a little Q&A right here, a couple questions. What if you had a show scheduled and you missed your show? What do? You see this? Okay. If I missed my show, like I had this show this morning, it's over, it's done. It was a great show. It was a chat show. But I missed it. If I'm within a 2-hour window, I can restart that stream. Okay, if you see it, restarting the show is only available within 2 hours of the show ending. So it's kind of funny. You can restart it. Sometimes it works, but here's a little thing. Let's see if I have one of these in here. Let's see if any of them have the non-grayed out. See how they're all grayed out? It means I can't restart them. So let me scroll, because sometimes I have these raid shows. Matter of fact, we could do a raid show right now. Let's do it. Let's raid somebody through this testing. This is going to be fun. Okay, where's that raid show? 2030? Let's go live. Yeah, let's go down and down and down into the 2030s here. Okay, here's the raid. Now watch this. This is a little trick I learned too. Let's make sure we got private mode, because we don't want to know we're live. Only the person we raid right now. Okay, so this is, we're gonna move this. Actually, we're gonna turn that. Can we turn that off? I don't think we can turn that off. Yeah, we can. We're gonna turn this one off. You can just hear me now. I'm gonna hit start stream. I'm just gonna keep this camera on, okay? I'm gonna turn on my other mic. Okay, the HyperX gaming mic. Notice how, because it's not showing any of the streaming stuff we just saw, right? So let's see if it works. It worked. Okay. Up here should be a thing. Oh, it's not private. Okay, that's okay. We're gonna raid real quick. I think it's private. We'll raid Green 13 because they're live. Okay, this is just for testing. Some of the cool features I have, like going live on my computer, is I can do some cool features. They have 94 people. So anyway, just fun stuff. We're going to raid now, but I want to show you how I could reset this raid show. Okay.
They do.
Who showed you that?
Coin Vance.
Shut up!
We got a raid. Guys, Kareem's signature.
Ooh, guess
Kareem
what?
Abdul-Jabbar.
Let's see.
DEEarchivist. You and you alone can tell our chat what you sell and when you sell it as a thank you for rating us.
If you guys want to see too, I don't know if you guys can see the strokes of the Sharpie on there. Yeah, good.
And that is sold. Lot number 15, $39. Great get.
All right, guys, you're getting a beautiful Grow Well branded bag here. Got it all black.
That's your
inside.
signature. I hope you have the bank account to go with it.
Wait, you know what? I gotta.
Funko.
Nice little bag.
Okay,
It
so
looks nice.
so
That's pretty.
I just did this right now to test out, to show you guys. So now I'm going to turn back on my other camera. Okay, we're going to go out of their raid. We're going to hit. And we're going to get out of this window. Okay, and we're in this, back to this window. So now if I refresh this page here, I probably won't appear back. Okay, I refresh this page. The first show should be that raid we just did, right? So I told a friend on here, another seller, I've redone this show 50 times. Watch it not work now. Okay, here we go. Look at that. Restart show. It restarts my show to that same today's date. What you have to do if you want to keep it, and actually I've let it run out. I just changed the date. Actually 20, it has to be like a future show. Whoops. Okay. And then I can just save it. I keep it as private and I save it. It's a me, myself, and I raid train. And now it's on my list. I've restarted it. I've restarted this show like 50 or 60 times. But let me remind you, I can restart it as many times as I want because I didn't sell anything. I did not sell a thing. Okay. So keep that in mind. Okay. That's kind of how you schedule a show. That's how you restart a show. What you don't want to do is you don't want to do this cancel show. Okay. Are you sure you want to cancel the show? No, don't cancel your shows. Go in and edit this show. Like this show's for tomorrow night. But what if I wasn't feeling good? I mean, I'm doing a 365 project. I'm keeping my shows. But just say, for example, you have one show, you're really nervous, you're kind of really worried about it, and you can't do it. Number one rule, if you have to delete it, don't delete it. Just hit edit show. If you don't want people to see when you have your next show scheduled, turn on private mode. It does not show up on your show list. So hit edit show. Change the date, change it like a month from now, change it a week from now. But don't make excuses not to go live, because you'll keep doing that, and before you know it, a month has gone by, 2 months have gone by, and the only way to find out is do that. But if you want to have it private and be unlisted on your profile, then you can do that. So let's just do it for testing. I'm going to go private mode right now. It says yes. Now watch, this is from March 5th. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to open up my profile, which is my homepage, basically. I'm going to click on shows. Okay. Did you see? Did it get rid of it? I don't know if it hid my show. Tomorrow. It's still there. Private mode is not working. All right, let's see. Let's enable private mode. Success, refresh your show for it to open. Okay. Refresh. Always be working through pressing the buttons. Okay, now it's private. Now if I go over here and I refresh it, it should not be on my list. It's still on my list. That is a glitch. Oh, the thing is, maybe it's not a glitch. Maybe it just shows me because it's my profile. That's a possibility too. Okay. But the viewers on the other end of it won't see that. So always, I want to disable private. I don't want a private show, but I can see it. Nobody else can. But if I do make a private show, I'll show you where you can share it. So as you see, enable means turn on, right? Make it work, private mode. Disable means turn it off. So open the show. Okay, you can do it on desktop, you can do it on the app. I'm going to show you the app as well. Here's my show. Up here, that little icon, it's supposed to be a little lockbox inside when it's private. I didn't notice it on that live we just did. This is not the same as rehearsal mode, just so you know. That was like actually going live. But the interesting thing here is this this show tomorrow at 10:23. I'm going to go back here. We're going to go back to this show list. When I do go live on that show, I want to show you, if you need to share a link, it's up here. It's up here. It's right here too in your browser. You simply click copy. If you're on the app, you could actually click, there's a share button. There's a share button here that you can share it. You can send it to users. I highly recommend you don't do that. You can copy the link here. You can post it to Facebook, wherever else you want to be. Okay. I don't know why it has those links. I think those are commonly shared. And then over here, you've got, your offers. If you're live and you have items in your buy it now and someone offers you a certain percentage, you'll see it. You can accept, reject, or you can, if they make an offer, you can counter offer. Then you have giveaways. You enter those on the app. You got buy it now. I have 774 items. It's a lot to search for. So, somebody could come in and go toys. I have 31 toy items, mini brands. I'm just going to do some. I think there's like 100 in mini brands. Lego. I might have some Lego. Keychains. These are just some of the things that I sell. Okay. And then this 38. And then check, because I always add stuff. And this stuff is all in the marketplace automatically. Vintage. So I have a lot of vintage stuff. Okay, glass, toys, figures, whatever it may be. Video games. Okay, you can just type in games. That's how you search, right? You can find it. You want to buy it. It'll usually say buy now. And you click on it and you can buy it. It'll show you the shipping and everything. In the app, it'll show you all the details. I have Rewards Club. I'm going to do a walkthrough on this in that video. And then there's your sold items. And if you're a buyer, on the buyer end, it'll have a purchase option. And then any tips you get during the live stream, because people can tip you. Now, while you're live, if you're monitoring from your desktop, go live from your phone first. Make sure you mute your desktop. Whatever window you have open with your actual show, mute the show. Because if you don't hit that little sound option, you're going to hear the echo. So pay close attention to that. Here's show notes. So I'm every number. This is 278. I've done 278 in my 365 in a row. I've been late. I haven't missed any days, but I have stuck with this. Okay. Anyway, I have one item in my auction that I pinned to my stream in order to pin the item. Once you have all your inventory listed, like I just showed you, you can pin the item here. You can unpin the item. And then I'll go over this on the app portion. This is the second half. This is where your chat's going to be on desktop to watch. This box, once you go live, will disappear. This tells you how much your sales are. When your counter starts, so mine starts 10:23 p.m. tomorrow night, it will keep track of how long you're streaming. These are your tips, these are your shares, this is your bookmarks. This will tell you how many orders you have. It will include the giveaways. And then this is the chat. Now, how I was talking about mods, let's open this window up. This is the secret chat. So if you're doing a show and you're a seller and you have a mod, you can just do this. It will put that dotted box around the chat. When you see a dotted box, don't read it out loud. Okay. Announce would pin it to your show. Okay. It would pin, if you get a raid, put the @ sign and then put the person's name. If you want it to stand out, it'll pin here. We're just testing right now, right? See how it kept my item pinned there? I'm the host. So if I do this, this is always better if someone raids you because it stands out. I'm going to do DEEarchivist, and then I'm going to do question mark, and it turns it yellow. That's how you get the yellow chat. Don't just put question marks for people. They're not going to like it if you just do that too much because it is distracting when you're selling, because they might be asking questions about a selling item. Okay, that's how you do that. Then you have, okay, a lot of people discourage this because they say it's not good for the algorithm. If you get a raid and you have a ton of people and you need to slow down the chat because it's too fast for you, or even your brain just don't read that fast, that's okay too. Believe me, I have those streams and I'm just like laughing. I'm just like, oh my gosh, so fast. You can turn it on. Rule of thumb is you'll lose people if it's more than 5 seconds, 10 seconds, because they can't type anything for 5, 10 seconds. Some people have like 30. People will leave for that. I never have it on. It's totally up to you, but you click the little pencil, that's slow, announce, and hide, and then raid. So at the end of your stream, if you want to raid somebody, like I literally can't. You type \raid semicolon space @ and then like we just did read 13 a minute ago, and you hit enter. I don't think it would let me do a raid again. See, I can't raid unless I'm live. Oh, I think it actually, yeah, because I'm not live. I don't know what that error was. Let's see. Let's try it again, just for the heck of it. You can do it this way or you can do it through the app. Okay, what it's saying? Yeah, because it's not valid because I'm not live. This is just testing purposes. But now after about 10 posts, the pinned comment, which is the announcement comment right here, is now moved up in the chat. So if you have a mod, they're going to be able to post the hidden message, the announce. They can slow down the chat, but they cannot do a raid. Okay, that is up to you. Okay, that's pretty much how that works. You have a watching activity. So usually that's just your friends. Activity is like all the bids kind of thing. Questions, anybody that uses a question mark will pop under questions. I never look at this stuff unless I'm doing a chat show. Buyers may have asked questions. So if buyers posted stuff, mods may have asked, any muted comments, that's all the red chat. That's pretty much what's all in there. Now, we just did the listing portion of the video, so I'm not going to get into that. But if you're live and you want to list from here, you can choose to do a temporary listing. But if you do a temporary listing, there's no image. You're putting just a title and the weight and the price and a couple other fields. But just know if that item doesn't sell and you end your show and you've done this 30 times, you will have to re-enter those items in your next show because they just vanish. So if you do a quality listing, it'll basically do this. It'll take you right to the inventory portion where we were at earlier. Okay? If you do the temporary, it really wants you to do that premiere. It wants you to boost your chances if you do reach premiere shop. Okay? And if I say, you know what, I just want a temporary, it's going to open up the old way Whatnot used to be able to do it, where you could do it buy it now, you could do a giveaway, you choose your category and all of these fields. So if I want to enter some giveaways right now, because well, technically I don't have to, yeah, I actually like to show the picture, so I don't really do those kind of listings for giveaways. Um, let me see on this quality listing. Yeah, see, I want to do it. I think Whatnot needs to maybe fix that for us. Okay, we'll do temporary listing. Enter the giveaways on your phone. But just people have been asking me, so say you're doing the quality listing on your phone, and we're just going to do estate sales, right? We're going to pick a product name, and we'll just do random sticker seller choice. Okay, and you get one. And then we're going to go down and put one motivational sticker 2 by 3 inches, right? And then maybe I'll have a picture if I do it the other way where it's on the app. Quantity, the weight is 0 to 1. I make sure, actually, for the sticker, I'm going to put it in sticker category. What am I talking about? We have a sticker category, actually. We didn't have one, and I asked Whatnot, could we get a sticker category? And they were like, yeah. So many people sell handmade stickers on here. So with my giveaway, is there any restrict? It's nothing hazardous. I don't need to. It's not a camera with a battery. If you want to grow your following and you're doing a giveaway, you can turn followers on. The people will follow you. You can add your photo right here. So it really doesn't even matter. I don't think I have any test stickers right now, but just here's the option too. This is like the old way we used to list. So you can add your photo here. It'll open up your computer and you can pick where you want it to come from. And then once you're done with that, pay attention here. There is international shipping. You can turn it on to give it to international, but just know that international shipping, you will pay from your destination to whatever international locations on Whatnot is shipped from. Okay. And it could be very expensive. A sticker could literally cost you, 15 bucks or 30 bucks. It all depends. You can still upload the CFV here. And once you confirm this is good to go, which I'm going to, I don't have a picture. It's a giveaway. It's officially a giveaway. Okay. Now, it was just a test. I could absolutely delete the item or I can just leave it in there. Okay. That's going to cost me as a seller 69 to 73 cents because I put it in the sticker category and only while I'm live, it will be that rate. Okay. So just for testing, I'm going to take that out of there. See how I deleted that? It's still in my inventory. So if you delete an item from a show, it's still going to be in your inventory. So let's go over to our inventory again. Okay. I just want to show you, and this technically, it's going to be probably inactive or drafts. Oh, it's a giveaway, huh? Let's see. There it is. Now we got those 2 stickers. This sticker, maybe it made a liar of me. Yeah, it's not in there. Oh, this is good. It actually did delete it. Good. Okay, good. Won't have a headache for that. Nice. Okay, once you delete it, it looks like in this show, it's gone. We're going to look at, because I don't want to dive back into inventory. This was really about scheduling the show, how things operate pretty much in a show, where everything is. I think that's pretty much a good grab of shows. Let's go back to the hub here. Okay, remember we have shows. Now I want to show you a little tool under it. You'll see it like this, right? So under it, if you drop it down, there's show tools. If you're curious about how OBS works or how to set it up, there are show OBS tools, how to configure the setup, the widgets for streaming on whatnot. Okay, there's like a quick setup over here with all the requirements, how to go live using WebSockets. You want to read all this. You want to check it out. You also, I'm not going to go on this time, but I'm just showing you where everything is at. You definitely want to go to Discord. That is the forum, so to speak, from whatnot. You can only be a seller if you want to access all the details. There is some good information in there, but it is like a large friend group chat with all kinds of information that is really helpful. And some of it might confuse you, but I myself check it about every week because you could really learn something that could help you. And other sellers share a lot of information in there. And also you can connect. There's a lot of networking going on. So definitely check out Discord. If you can't figure out how to get into Discord, I'll show you at the end of this video. Okay, so this is all of the ways to connect. Again, in another video, I'm going to show how to do that. It's pretty simple, actually. It's a little more simple, but there are some glitches that can happen, but you got to figure out how to make them work. Okay, so you got show tools and shows, and that is it. That wraps us up with the show section of the Seller Hub. And I just wanted to show you my profile page. You can find me at DEEarchivist.com. I have a products page where you can look for all the resources. These are products I've used or recommended, from printers to labels to boxes to poly mailers to bubble mailers to bubble machine makers. What? So I have a bunch of links on that, even cameras and other equipment you can take a look on. Um, Here are 763 of my items in my marketplace. So you can scroll, you can search on this page. I can do Biddy for Biddy Pop. If you know, I have 86 of these, tons of them. Okay. You can search for whatever you want on these are all again web. Lowest price, highest price, newly listed. You could do that. It should sort it. There it goes. Best match, whatever you do. You could put, glass. And it'll pull up 45 items, glass items, right? Some of them, oh, that was a duplicate, but that's okay. We got to pull it out of there. Okay, anything that has glass in it, there's tons of it in there. Some vintage Snoopy. I could just do vintage search. Again, see how I showed you on the store? It's like the same. 136 of vintage. Okay, so take a look in there. This is what I'm all about. I'm all about community over competition. I do chat shows. You guys have watched enough of my videos, but if this is your first time stumbling over here to this video on whatnot shows and how to schedule a show, take a look at other past videos and come join my shows. I hope to see you soon. Have a really great day, and I'll see you later, Insomniacs.